Biafra. Whether you live or you die, it doesn't stop Biafra. Biafra will stay calm. If you don't know that, know it. Whether you live or you die, Biafra will definitely come. Mazen Nandekano has only one mission: to restore Biafra. And he's not backing down. Mazen Simon Ekpa has one mission: to restore Biafra. And he's not backing down. Those of us who are genuinely following them, we are not backing down. It doesn't matter how long it takes. We will continue to follow up and fight this battle until we get to the promised land. We are not backing down. For me, I have already made my choice. Just like I have always said in my program, that I don't have any other choice. I wish there is another choice. For me, I don't have a second choice. I wish I had a second choice. Then I will opt for it. My choice is one: freedom through Biafra. Freedom through Biafra. That Biafra that Mazen Nandekano, the Ohamadike of Biafra land, laid the foundation. That Biafra upon which our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko, is building upon. That Biafra that led us to the United States of Biafra where we are today. That is the Biafra I support. That is the Biafra I know. That is the freedom I know. And we must continue to push and push and push until we get to our destination. No matter how they try to hinder our Prime Minister and our Supreme Leader, they must definitely join us. Tomorrow is Monday and a special day. I know some of you will ask, oh, they just sit at, there is sit at home. It doesn't stop. Master Samuel made a proclamation. He said it will never stop until we get to Biafra land. It will never stop. The only person that have the power to stop it is Mazen Nandekano. And he cannot stop it from the detention. From Afari Ibeko, his father's compound, he will make that declaration. Only then and then we will begin to consider lifting the Monday sit at home. Until Mazen Nandekano speak from his father's compound, made a broadcast and said, it is over. So don't ask me if there will be sit at home. The only thing you ask is Mazen Nandekano out? Is Mazen Nandekano out? Even it is now that we are supposed to be doing the greater sit at home. I wish Mazen Samanaka is here. If Mazen Samanaka was here, it is now we will step up the sit at home. Because we have seen that Nigerian government is playing with our intelligence. They are not willing to do the right thing. And until you force them to do the right thing, they will never, ever do it. Nigerian government will never do the right thing. You need to force them. We know their attitude. They want to be forced to do what they have to do. So we have no choice than to force them. We will have no choice than to force them. So wherever you are watching this program from, I urge you to prepare your mind and prepare yourself. The war ahead of us is a war that we must win. A war that we must fight and we must win. It is not maybe. We must fight this war and we must win it. So wherever you are watching this program, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Kakabiam. No matter the distraction you are seeing, there are a lot of distractions. There are a lot. I'm not going to tell you that there are so many distractions inside and outside us, including from people you trust. You think they are okay. They are not okay. They are not sane. Don't give up. Control your emotions. Biafra is possible. Regardless all the distractions, all the confusions, all the infighting and outfighting, Biafra is possible. Don't give up. What you are seeing now is bound to be seen. And what you are seeing in Biafra restoration today is not peculiar to only Biafrans. Many other people have faced the same fate. Many countries that fought for their freedom, they had saboteurs as we have now. They had confusions. They have some insiders who were causing confusion, just like they are doing to us now. People pass through the same stage. So don't give up. Do not give up. We must continue to think back home. When you remember that tiny rope that holds all of us, freedom, whether it is somebody you hate, somebody who has offended you, hate the person, you don't like her, you don't like him, no matter how bad he or she is, there is one thing that connects you and her. It is freedom. The United States of Biafra. United, we must be united as Biafrans. That unity of purpose, Whenever you remember, when you mention united, every of your anger will go down. I'm telling you how it is for me. Is everything all right? No. Sometimes I get so angry. Sometimes I feel, what is the essence of coming here to waste my time and talk every day and talk? But when I remember that name, united, I remember the unity of purpose. Because of that tiny line that holds all of us, I will take back my sword and I swallow the insult. I swallow all the nonsense that they throw around. Sometimes you see people who are not supposed to talk to you. People who are not supposed to insult you. You lose friends, you lose contact, you lose a lot of things, all in the name of Biafra. And at the same time, the same people you are fighting the cause with also are against you. So when you look at yourself, you begin to imagine what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is facing, those of them who are in that front line. If those of us who are on this lower level are facing these kinds of attack and all that, if those of us on this lower level are facing this kind of assault, you imagine what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is going through. Imagine what Mazen Simon Ekpa went through. But yet they continue to stand up to this minute. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are, never give up. We must continue to hold this mandate until we get to Biafra land in the presence of our leaders. It's an assignment that are given to us. Hold the mandate. When you remember holding that mandate, shield your sword. Whether your sister offend you, your brother offend you, your partner offend you, take a deep breath and you say, because of this. Let there always be something you will look at and say, because of this. If not for this. If not for this. If you can be using that word, it can save us a lot of trouble. More especially men on the ground today that are leaving the Liberation Army and they are joining the Bubago, joining the Udogachi, joining the Nigerian military to fight against their people. No matter how angry you are with your brother, you will say, if not for this Biafra, if not for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu suffering, if not for Mazen Simon Ekpa suffering, I would have done this, I would have done that. Let there be that if. Let there be that if in your life. In the course of this Biafra. If you don't have that if, it is going to be very difficult for you to survive because the challenges are so much. The obstacles, the lie, the propaganda, the distraction is so much. Always remember that if. Try to find that if. Try to find it. Try to find that if. You always say, if not for this. If not for this. When you find that if, you will never ever go back again. It is going to save us a lot of trouble. That is why I encourage every one of us to find that if. When you are dealing with your brother, more especially. When you are dealing with your fellow comrade. When you are dealing with a fellow Biafran. When you are dealing with somebody who you are chasing the same thing with. Always remember that if. Let there be that if. Let there be that thing you remember. Say, if not for this. It is very, very important for us to have that if in all our speech, in all our encounter, in all our dealings, in the cause of Biafra. It is going to save us a lot of trouble. This message mainly for people who are on the ground, the Liberation Army. We appreciate all of them, both the ones who have worked in the past and the ones who are still working now, the old and the new. I appreciate every one of them. We admire their efforts. Many of them have made tremendous sacrifice that is undeniable. And it is high time they begin to look towards their freedom after the declaration. It's supposed to be planning for taking a rest. The plan now is supposed to be, they are supposed to be preparing themselves on how to come to the camps and all that, and have a barrack and have a normal life like other people do. Live a normal military life like other people do, instead of staying in the bushes. That is supposed to be their dreams. And I know that this is one of their dreams, every one of them. Every Liberation Army of Biafra are dreaming that one day they are going to serve the Biafran army in their barracks, enjoying the benefits of all their suffering. Why are you giving up? You give up, you join the camp of the enemies to fight against your brother. You give up, you join the camp of enemy to fight those who you are supposed to protect. That doesn't go well. If you're one of those, please try to find that if. Find that if. Say, if not for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if not for Mazi Simon Ekpa, if not for Biafra, if not for my freedom, I would have done so. And when you remember that if, take back your sword, because the mission is Biafra. There is nothing else except Biafra. No other option. No other option. Except you have decided to be a slave for the rest of your life. Except you want to die as a slave. Then you can go for your options. But for those who genuinely want a change, there is no other option for us. None. It is either Biafra or nothing. There is no other option. So I appreciate everyone who have joined us on this very Sunday sermon. Remember, tomorrow is sit at home. Tell your family members, your brothers and sisters, that sit at home continues tomorrow. And tomorrow morning, we are going to have our sit at home morning program. And also bring you the update of the sit at home as we always do. So wherever you are, remember that tomorrow will be a sit at home in support of our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And also Mazi Simon Ekpa inclusive. And every political prisoner of Biafra that is being held captive. Remember, the sit at home has done tremendous things for us. That sit at home has a lot to do for us. That is a continuous self-referendum. A continued self-referendum that have lasted for more than 4 years. It will be recorded in history and will never be forgotten. After we have fully taken our land, it will be recorded. And the world is watching. Self-referendum for more than 4 years. Every Monday. Demanding the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and all the political prisoners of Biafra. And again, it is one of the delegitimization of the Zoological Republic government in Biafra territory. One of the key facts that shows that Nigeria and its politicians has no legitimacy in Biafra land. That is why they fought sit at home with all their power, the other to stop it. But the Biafrans said, no, you don't have that power. You don't have that legitimacy. That is to show that the Biafrans have taken away the power away from these criminals who call themselves politicians. Nigeria has no legitimacy in Biafran territory. That is why they sit at home. With all their propaganda, their blackmail, taking of life, and all lies, yet they were not able to stop it. They were not able to stop it. They have gone extra mile to push all manner of propaganda. There is nothing they have not said against the sit at home, but yet Biafrans continue because they have no legitimacy. From the local government chairman up onto the highest rank of a politician in Nigeria, in Biafra land, they don't have legitimacy in our territory. And we have told them to leave our territory. Anybody wearing Nigerian army uniform, police uniform in our territory is an occupying force. And we cannot guarantee their safety in our land. We don't need occupation force. Every occupation forces in Biafra should leave. We have said it in writing. We speak about it on different platforms. Our Prime Minister announced it. The Deputy Prime Minister announced it. We have been singing it several times. So if you refuse to listen, whatever happens to you, it's up to you. We cannot guarantee your safety in Biafran territory. My fellow Biafrans, I appreciate every one of you that joined us. Let us hear this strong word from Mazen Nandekan before we call it a day, and we will come back tomorrow morning to continue on this our line of message. Remember, this week we dealt with the politicians who are pushing their lie and their propagandas against us. They were the most people that we dealt with. You are the people we dealt with, but we will still continue to deal with them because they are our main major problem. They are our major problem. You cannot deny that. They are our number one problem. The politicians. Those evil politicians, they are number one problem. And that is why we dealt with them. We took our time to deal with them and their evil. Vitaly said, please, Massachusetts, I want to suggest to USB government to look into our army and train a special group that will face all the evil government that has been big problem to our total freedom. Vitalis Elechi, you made a good suggestion. And everybody have been looking toward the same direction and saying the same thing. And I believe that the government is taking note. I believe they're taking note. You have a point because these politicians are our problem. The governors are our problem. The politicians and the governors, they are the main people that are holding us captive, turning back the hand of time. They are the ones that are creating confusion in the midst of our liberation army. They are the ones that buy off some of our liberation army. They forced some of our liberation army to go and join a Bobago. They went and joined Udogachi and all that. Then they give them money, say that they're giving them amnesty and all whatnot. And through that amnesty, they have taken many of them, and many of them have lost their life. So they are our problem. They are our problem. Our people, a time has come when you begin to have your stance. Somebody like Mazen Nandekano is unbribable. Mazen Simon is unbribable. Why are you bribable? Why are we making ourselves bribable? It is sad. I don't know why we are putting a price tag on our head every time. Look at Mazen Nandekano. Unbribable. They have done everything they want to do. They tried everything. They could not be able to bribe Mazen Nandekano. They have given him different kinds of things, different kinds of options, different kinds of offer. He never accepted. What about you? What about you? Why is it that some of us are easily bought over? Why is it that some of us are easily bought over? Why is it that some of us, we cannot think beyond what we eat and what we drink? Some of us, our brain is in our stomach. Our brain. Even some people who are talking for freedom today, They are shouting and talking about freedom. Once they see money, they sell out, they begin to talk a different thing. Just look at now, the campaign will start very soon for the election. When this campaign drop, you will see some people who are content creators who are talking about Biafra. They will change and they will begin to talk about politics. Very soon, you will see even people who claim to be Biafra agitators go to their platform, they will start posting politics, Nigerian politics. They will begin to advertise Nigerian politics. That is how bad it is. Why is it that we cannot think outside our stomach? Mazin kind of say there are Biafrans that are unbribable. There are people that are unbribable. Why don't you make yourself unbribable? Take your stand and decide, this is what I want. Pursue it and you will get it. Pursue it and you get it. Why are we making ourselves available for bribing? Once you put a price tag on yourself, there is somebody out there to pay. If you make yourself buyable, there is somebody out there that is willing to pay at every time. It doesn't matter how much you cost. Somebody out there will offer you that bribe that you want. That is why you must not make yourself available. Make yourself unbribable. If you make yourself unbribable, you can get the status of Mazen Nandekan that he has today. That even his enemy will confess him as angel of light. You can get the status of Mazen Samarema. That even his enemies are beginning to confess his good work. Wherever you are as a Biafra, I urge you to pay attention and don't get distracted. Let us hear this short message from our Supreme Mazen Nandekan before we round up.
Most of the priceless artifacts and paintings belong to the family in Germany. It was stolen by the Nazi Party. Do you know that? Eventually, the government will start with compensation on the work. That's what we're going to do. Because our investment will come back, and we know we can get it from. So there is nothing anyone to worry about. If I'm not stopping you from being an Nigerian, if you're born on the streets of Lagos, you want to be a Nigerian, and your name is Adama.
You've heard Mazen Nandekan. It's a very clear message. A very clear message. You can be whatever you want to be. If you want to be a one Nigerianist, it is up to you. But you see, Biafra, you can't stop Biafra. You can never, ever, ever stop Biafra. If you think you can stop Biafra, you are really wasting your time. You better think of something else. Biafra have come to stay. We have no other world except this one that we are seeing today, Biafra. Every one of us, wherever you are, you must know that all we have is Biafra. Just like I said that I don't have any other choice. If you are a true Biafra, you don't have any other choice. It's only Biafra. It is either Biafra or nothing. And every one of us must have that at the back of their mind.
I want every one of you to remember these three words. Nigerians, we are no more. Southeasterners and the Southerners, we can. And Biafrans, we must stay.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that message? It's a direct message. He didn't miss words. A clear and direct message. Nigeria, we are no more. Southeast or South Sudaners, we cannot become. Biafra, we must be. I appreciate everyone that have been with us on this program. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being part of the program. I hope to see you tomorrow morning when we are going to do our morning program. Please, if you have not shared this program, try and share. Also, click like as you're sharing. Very, very important. Tomorrow, we're going to have a lot of things to discuss tomorrow. So make sure you are part of the discussion tomorrow, our morning program. A place where we interact, where many panelists are going to join us tomorrow to continue to dive in onto the issue of Biafra, and most importantly, the sit at home. If you are Biafra land, please do not forget, sit at home is ongoing. Tell your members of your family and your friends that sit at home will never ever stop. It will never ever stop until we get home. The only person that has the right and authority to stop sit at home is Mazen Nandekano. Outside, not inside. Once we see him in his father's compound and announce